SEC schedule release for 2024. We're breaking it down right here at the Voice of College Football. Please like the video, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe. Best discussion, debate, and analysis based on your participation. We will show you in just a few minutes why Florida's schedule is so difficult in a direct comparison line by line against Tennessee. But first, let's get to the Vols in 2024. Coming off a nondescript 8-4 season after the remarkable success, Josh Heupel stepping in for Jeremy Pruitt, of course, elevating the program 7-6 the first season with a controversial bowl loss to Purdue, and then 10-2, one of the best teams in the country in 2023. Leveled off again 8-4, two best wins, Texas A&M 7-5, Kentucky 7-5. So Tennessee really wilted and showed to be inferior against good competition and also against a fairly marginal Florida team. Let's see what the Vols have in store in 2024. It starts out with an FCS date against Chattanooga. The Mocs went 8-5 this past season. They lost to Bama 66-10. Last time Tennessee and Chattanooga got together was in 2019. Vols won at 45-0. Then a nice little non-conference game. I like this one. NC State and Tennessee. Wolfpack coming off a 9-3 campaign. This is a 2-1 series right now. They played back in 1911, 39, and the last game went the Vols' way in 2012, 35-21. How about Kent State as a non-conference game? The Golden Flashes 1-11 in 2023, one of the worst teams in all of college football. First meeting between the Vols and the Golden Flashes. Now we get to the good stuff. SEC play as Tennessee takes to the road against one of the newcomers, Oklahoma. Sooners coming off 10-2. They've got a bowl date against Arizona. Butch Jones and Bob Stoops were the coaches the last time the Vols and the Sooners got together. Home series in 2014 and 15. Oklahoma swept. Then Tennessee at Arkansas. Razorbacks, one of the worst teams in the SEC in 2023, 4-8. Last played in 2020. Arkansas won in 24-13. Tennessee leads the series 13-6, including 10-6 since Arkansas joined the SEC in 1992. After 2024, Tennessee and Florida will no longer be permanent opponents each season. That's a good thing for the Vols. They are 2-17 against the Gators since 2005, including an upset loss in Gainesville this past season, 29-16. Florida coming off a 5-7 season. But permanent opponents will stay intact for this rivalry. The third Saturday of October, of course, Bama, Tennessee. Vols won it 2 years ago in Knoxville. Blew a halftime lead in Tuscaloosa this past year. Of course, Bama headed to the college football playoff at 12-1. The Vols are 1-16 against Nick Saban. Another long-standing SEC rivalry, Kentucky and Tennessee, that will be discontinued and not played every year starting in 2025. Cats have won the last three, but Vols own the series 84-26-9. Tennessee plays Mississippi State. Bulldogs at 5-7 this past year. Tennessee leads the series 29-16-1. They last played in 2019. Vols won it 20-10. Then the Vols go to Georgia. Good news for Tennessee. They will not have to face the Bulldogs every year starting in 2025. Georgia 12-1, of course, this year. Missed out on the college football playoff. Georgia leads the all-time series just 28-23-2. Dogs have won 7 straight. Then Tennessee gets that common scrimmage game, the week off, the bye, whatever you want to call it, against the UTEP Miners. 3-9 this past season. Tennessee owns the series 3 straight, and they won the game against UTEP in 2018, 24-0 before they wrap it up with a date at Vandy. Commodores at 2-10 this past season. Vols own the series 33-5, have won 5 straight, and that will be a permanent opponent going forward. Tennessee and Vandy, longtime rivals within the Volunteer State. So basically, to compare a current Tennessee schedule versus what they're going to see in the future, take out Mizzou and South Carolina, for example, next year. Those are the two teams that they're missing out of the SEC Eastern Division, and replace them with Oklahoma and Arkansas or Mississippi State. It's pretty much the same, although with the Oklahoma edition, you got to think, just like with everyone else in the SEC, having to face either Oklahoma or Texas every year, and sometimes both of them. the schedules are just flat out getting a little bit tougher. It's definitely a formidable schedule for Tennessee, but let's put it in this perspective. Compare it to Florida. Check out the previous video we posted. Good luck, Billy Napier. Let's compare Tennessee and Florida's schedule for 2024. They both play 3 teams, Georgia, Mississippi State, and Kentucky. They also play each other. So they've got 4 different games out of the 8 that they play in conference. The 4 teams Tennessee plays, Bama, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Vandy. Sounds pretty difficult. The 4 teams Florida plays, though, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Not a light touch to be found. Those 4 teams that Florida will play that are different than Tennessee went 38-11 this past season. The 4 teams that Tennessee plays that are different than Florida, 10 games worse at 28-21. Going forward, Tennessee will always play Alabama, even though Nick Saban kind of questioned that. That's a game that college football fans, especially in the SEC, want to see. It's a long-standing rivalry, Tennessee-Alabama. That's protected going forward 2025 and on, and also Tennessee and Vandy. So Tennessee gets a bit of a break right there, as Vandy is an in-state rival that will stay on the schedule every year, 2025 going forward. Your thoughts about Tennessee's schedule? I think, considering it's the SEC, it's a pretty fair schedule. Arkansas, Mississippi State, Vandy. It's pretty light for an SEC schedule, but they do have to face, of course, Georgia, and they face Alabama. Your thoughts about Tennessee and the SEC scheduling? Check out the live stream that we posted last week, and also we are marching through all 16 teams in the SEC with schedule breakdowns right here at the Voice of College Football.